Os. Welcome UNLV students to the Shotokan Karate Studies program. By now you should know you've already warmed up, you've gotten the warm-up that you feel your body needs, you're adequate for starting the program this morning. So let's go ahead and get started with our typical, quick, general warm-up. Ready? And Hajime. Ichi. Ni. San. Yon. Go. All right, warmed up good there. Let's turn to the side, bring our heels to our glutes. Good, all right. Let's go ahead and do some high knees as well. Get my workout recorded, here we go. High knees. You can do this slow, just like I'm doing. Again, just bringing your knees up. You can do it fast if you feel like kind of bouncing a little bit, working your calves a little bit. Or if you want to go slow, go slow. And yame. All right, let's come up on our toes, stretching out our calves. And yame. Very good. All right, let's go ahead and do some body hip twists. And yame. Good. Arm up, across the side, stretching out our shoulder. Good, other side. Again, don't hold these too long. Just doing dynamic stretches here. Nothing too static, nothing being held for too long. Switching over. Other side. Good. Feet just widen shoulder width. Go down, touch the floor. Go to the right. Back to center. Go to the left. Back to center. All right, make that a little wider. We're gonna go down to the right, turning up on our left heel, stretching out our hamstring. Good, now we're gonna turn to the left in a long front stance. Pushing on the quad here, pushing the knee over the toe. And down to a runner stand, or a runner stretch. Good. Back up. All right, we're gonna do everything to the other side now. Leaning to the left onto the right heel. Toes pointed up. Stretching out your hamstring. All right, let's rotate that all the way around. Good front stance, long, deep, pushing on the quad, pushing the knee out over the toe, getting a good stretch. Transition that into a runner stretch. And come back to center, come back standing. Good. Turn around, fix your gi. Back to me. Yoi. Subirachi. Break. Yoi. Seiza. Dojo-kun. 一つ、人格完成に人を盛ること。一つ、誠の道を守ること。一つと力の精神を養うこと。一つ、礼儀を重んずること。一つ、景気の湯を戒めること。Ready? That's it. よい。しばらくち。Ready? よい。So today's class is an advanced class, and I'll go ahead and apologize for my attire today. I have a really bad sunburn on my neck, and I'm not going to put my gi top on because it just rubs really hard with that canvas material. So, wearing just a nice cotton t-shirt. It is my Keiko t-shirt, so hopefully that makes up for it. But again, today we're going to be doing an advanced class, and what I'd like to do today is roll through advanced kata. All right, so excuse me, starting off with Teki, Shodan, and moving up. So we'll go Teki, Basedai, Kankudai, Kankusho, Jion, and then if we have time, we'll probably do MP and maybe Hengetsu. All right, so again, these are high level kata. Obviously, I mean, Teki, you're probably learning around brown belt. All right, so again, you're looking at these brown belt and up kata at this point. So if there's any kata that you may not know, I would suggest probably skipping this class. I wouldn't just do more simple kata, like I wouldn't just revert back to the hand katas. There's classes that really go hard on those specific kata. So again, this is an advanced class, so again, you're clicking on this class because you're an advanced student. You should know at least half of these kata. If you know at least half of them, then yes, stick around, do this class. But when we get to some of the kata that you don't know, just repeat some of the advanced kata that you do know. What I'm saying is don't revert back to the easy, the simple, the hand katas that you've been doing for years. Just go through these more advanced katas and do it more than once if you get into or if I get into a kata that you don't know or that you're not fully able to get through, okay? All right, so that said, let's go ahead and start with Teki Shodan. All right, I'll get right into it. Let's do it twice, okay? Because it's a short kata. Let's do Teki twice. We're gonna move right into Basadai, all right? And then, like I said, we'll take some quick breaks. I don't want to rest for like 1 or 2 minutes, but I tend to do kata and then I'll just walk around, right? So keep your body moving. Just do a couple of laps here where I walk around the mats. Again, keeping my heart rate up, keeping myself moving, but catching my breath. Then do something else again, either the same kata again, or we move on to another kata, all right? All right, so all that said, let's go ahead and get started with Teki Shodan, all right? The first time, I don't want to do any of these by the numbers, all right? So all of these will be done at your own speed and pace, so I don't want you to rely on me, all right? If you want to watch me because you're just kind of out of the corner of your eye, or Teki is easy because we can pretty much face each other almost the whole time, except for when you're supposed to be looking where you're supposed to be looking. But you can refer just by taking a quick glance at your screen where I'm at in the kata. Don't try to keep up with me, all right? Don't try to go faster than me. Don't try to go slower than me. Go at your own pace, whatever that happens to be, all right? So what I'm saying is don't try to pace yourself off of me and say, well, I'm not going as fast as him. I'm going way faster than him. Don't worry about that, all right? Again, go at your own speed and pace and don't worry about my speed and pace. When I'm finished, I'll give you a few seconds to finish your kata and recover, and then we'll move on from there. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and get started. I'm actually going to do this not facing you. Maybe the second time I'll face you. The first time I want to use my line. Again, you should try to do this as well with the teki kata, because teki kata is supposed to be against a wall. Right, so if there's a line in the floor, even if you put down some blue painter's tape or masking tape, whenever you do this entire kata, your feet should be behind that line the entire time, but close to it, very close to it. I would say 1 to 3 inches from that line. All right, so whenever you do start the kata, see where your feet are. Whenever you finish the kata, see where your feet are. And then if this is your line, I don't know if you can see my line. If this is your line, your feet shouldn't be here. Okay, you shouldn't be way out here, and you also shouldn't be way back here. You should be pretty close to that line. Okay, so just be aware of that. Track yourself. Kind of make note of where your feet start and end. And again, if you want to put tape down and watch your feet throughout the kata, that might help. But it's just going to depend on where you're having issues, right? It's going to depend on, are you starting to wave, starting here and you kind of wave out this way, then wave out this way, or is it only in one direction? It's really going to depend on the specific issue that you're having. And if you're having an issue with teki, you should just send me a comment and let me know. I can help. All right. All right, so that's it. Let's go ahead and get started. Ready? We'll go through protocol together on all kata. Ready? Yoi, sudachi. Ready? Yoi. Announce kata. Teki shoran. Teki shoran yoi. Alright, so this is our beginning position. And your own speed and pace. Hajime. Alright, and yame. So you should have finished right around the same time again. Teki is not a long kata. Check your feet position. Hopefully you didn't waver too much in front of the line or too far behind the line. And hopefully you are sticking with kibadachi, alright, throughout the kata. So feet being parallel. Try and avoid the shikodachi where your feet are out. Okay. So again, try your best to maintain this good kibadachi stance throughout that kata. It's a big hang-up of mine, it's a big hang-up, and it should be, right? That's how the kata is performed, so make sure you're really sticking to that as much as possible as far as that is concerned. Let's go through it again. Some of you may have learned this kata where instead of lifting the knee, you kick. It's not even really a kick, it's kind of like the leg just comes out. It's very strange, but the leg comes out like this, instead of the knee coming up and then going over and down. Neither are incorrect, and one is not more correct than the other. Right, so whichever one you prefer to do is what I suggest you do at this point. Don't just do what I'm doing because I'm doing it. If you have learned it a different way, stick to that, okay? All right, let's do it again. Ready? I'm gonna face you this time. Yoi, sudachi, right? Yoi. Teki shoran yoi. You can announce kata from here. Teki shoran. And your own speed and pace. Hajime. Feet. Good kibadachi stance. Come back to yoi. All right, yame. All right, hopefully that didn't interrupt you during that, but again, these are things that you should be looking for at the end of the kata. At the end of the kata, you stopped, your hands are out to the side. At this point, you come up to relax, but stop here. Check your feet. Are you in kibidachi? Are you behind the line, or toes on the line where you started the kata, right? These are the things that you need to check to make sure you're doing the kata properly. Then come up. Then you can bow out of the kata, all right? But as you're learning, as you're practicing, these are things that you just want to check. Just make sure you feel like you're doing it properly, all right? Okay, let's go into basadai. Ready? Yodachi, sudachi, ready? Yo. Basadai. Your own speed and pace. And hajime. And yame. Good. Again, when you're finished, walk it out. All right, do just like what I'm doing here. You finish the kata, don't stand there and try to breathe and catch your breath. Walk around, keep your body warm, keep your body moving. Okay? You see NFL athletes coming off of the field. They sit down on the bench, they put on a coat, right? They do something to keep their body warm. They get on the airdyne, the machine, start working. All right, don't let your muscles get too cold between these kata. All right, let's go ahead and do basadai again. Ready? Nothing really to add on this one. Okay, this is just a kata that should come to you. It's one of my favorite katas. It's just one of these that you should just know. These things just kind of come to you. Stances, there's a couple that should be kibidachi, so make sure that they are. Transitioning from kakutsudachi back to front stance, important, so remember that you're doing that. Right here at the end, you're going from kakutsudachi back to zen kusudachi, okay? So remember that. Also this, where you move from this, is it here? Anyway, your kakutsudachi. Again, you're in back stance here, and then you rotate it to here. Your feet and everything are in this way, like you're doing kakutsudachi, and you're doing your Shotokan, but your head is facing the other direction. All right, your opponent is here, and you're watching your opponent here to move into the next one. Okay, so again, from this one, okay, turn. Everything is going that way except for your head. All right. All right, let's go again. Ready? Yo, sudachi. Ready? Yo, basadai. Your own speed and pace. Hajime. All right, Yame. Good. Okay, let's come back to, let's do Konkudai. Not one of my favorite katas. It's a very complex kata. I believe this kata, the ones we're doing, has the most kihon techniques. So it's a long kata. So try your best here if you don't already know the kata. If you know portions of it, if you know it kind of, sort of, do your best. All right. This kata, actually, if you know the game Tekken, right? There's a game called Tekken. It's a fighting game. Tekken 7. There's a female character who does Shotokan karate. If you select her character at the end of like winning, a lot of times she'll do the end of this kata. She actually performs the ending of Konkudai. So not sure if you've ever picked up on that or if you're a fan of the game or not, but she actually does do this kata. So it's very interesting to see a character do it. And from what I understand, Sensei Naka was the character model. So even though the character is female, the game, Sensei Naka actually did the character animation. So he wore all the little balls and did all the green screen stuff so that the character was created off of his techniques and his movement. So very interesting there, a little bit of trivia for you. All right, so let's go ahead and do the kata, Konkudai. All right, ready? And the reason I don't like this kata is the beginning. I'll go ahead and give you that. I don't like this technique that's this high, these Jodan level Shutokes. They seem odd to me. And the fact that you're doing them so quickly, from right to left or from left to right, it's just odd to me. That said, let's go ahead and do the kata together. So Konkudai, long kata, right? You're going to be out of breath after this one. All right, take your time. I'm going to give you some time after because I tend to go through it somewhat quickly, but also it's a long kata. All right, ready? Yoi, Subirachi, ready? Yoi, Konkudai. Your own speed and pace, and hajime. Sorry, I was just thinking about how this kata starts because you come up. Yes, okay, gotcha. All right, so this is the diamond pattern, not a diamond, but a triangle that you're making with your fingers here. As you come up and you're looking through that triangle as it gets to the top, right? I think this is Konkudai is like looking skyward or something like that. So, all right, let's try. Sorry. Yoi, Subirachi, ready? Yoi, Konkudai. Keep moving. All right, yame, good. What I mentioned about the character in the game, it's the end of the kata where she performs. I believe it's from the turn, right? Because she comes up to here, and then you'll see in the game she's here. And then she does the double kick, lands with that Shotokan. That's like a very focused part of the game, where if you look at her character introduction or bio or something like that, it really gets into her doing that kata, Kankudai. All right. Again, long kata, not one I'm a fan of. Let's move on to another kata. Okay. That's Kankudai. I don't know if Kankusho is something that you would know yet, so let's go to something that I know that I've taught before. Let's go to MP, yeah, and then we'll do Jion. And then if we have time, we'll come back to Kankusho. All right, so let's start with MP. This one, we're gonna try to do it twice. Jion, we'll try to do it twice before we move on to Kankusho. All right, you probably hear the rain, it just started here. Expecting another hurricane down here in Florida coming our way, so part of living in Florida. All right, MP, find your position. I typically will start a little bit to the right on this one. And it's only because there's a long section along this back area that I want to make sure that I have room for. So I typically just move just a little bit to the right and a little bit forward of where I normally start, just to set myself up to be able to do that portion of the kata. All right, you should, if you have a big gym that you're working in, don't worry about it. But if you're limited on space, make sure you know where you can start these katas so that you're able to get through them without making too many corrections along the way. Okay? All right, yoi, sudachi, right? Yoi. MP, your own speed and pace, and hajime. And yame, good. The main difference in timing on that one is going to be this portion, right, where you're moving up and down. Some people go a little bit faster than others. That is meant to be the namesake of the kata, the flight of the swallow, where you're kind of moving your hands as like to the wings of a bird. All right. Hopefully you figured out your spacing. I'm sure you did. You've done this kata before. Let's do it again. I'm going to stick to the same place just because I know it makes more sense to me. All right, so I'm going to start here in the same place. Anything in particular I want to talk about on that kata? I've done the bunkai for this one, and you know, if you've gone into any of the bunkai videos that I've done in the past, anytime there's a jump, I consider that a throw. All right, so some of you that maybe can't jump or have an issue with jumping, your knees, whatever it happens to be, this portion here where you actually are grabbing The next thing you do is you jump, but typically what's actually happening is a throw, where you're grabbing someone by their leg or their crotch here, and you're actually supposed to be throwing them up and down. It's simple if you just grab and throw your leg out to throw them across. All right, but that's typically what's actually happening in that particular section. So if you don't want to jump and you want to duplicate the throw, that's fine. All right, so because like I said, or if you just want to do the turn, right? So it's here, you're in another stance, right? You can just turn, 1, 2. It's 2 kibidachi. That's not kibidachi, it's 2 kakutsudachi, it's 2 back stances. From here, it's back stance, back stance. But when you jump, you're supposed to land here in back stance and then draw back into back stance. All right? All right, so let's do it again now that you have that in mind. Ready? Yoi, subidachi, ready? Yoi. MP. Your own speed and pace. Hajime. And yame. Good. All right. I didn't end that one correctly. The ending of that kata, let's see. You're ending here. You should come up to the starting position again. All right. I think for whatever reason on that one, I came just back here. But you should, from this kakutsudachi in this back stance, this shuto-uke, you should come back to what you do at the beginning. All right. Where your hand meets your flat hand meets your fist, and then step off with your right foot into your ready stance. All right? Okay, just wanted to clarify that. Jion, yeah? All right, let's do Jion. Jion, I know that I did a tutorial on, as well as a very deep dive on the bunkai for it. So if you haven't watched that, I strongly recommend you watch that one. I think the tutorial was like three classes. So if you are familiar with what we've done to this point, but you don't know Jion, great, series to go back to and take a look at, where you actually, like I said, it takes 3 classes to get through the entire kata, but you learn the kata step by step. And then the last class, I go into the bunkai for it. So we break down all the techniques. So a really good series. Again, I think it's 3 or 4 videos, tutorial and bunkai for this one. All right, so if you've been following me, then you've already been there, you know that. Let's do it. All right, let's do the kata Jion. All right, so I typically start this one back here. As you know, I do have to make a correction. I've tried to adjust my corrections, so really there's only one that I have to make, and I'll make it back here, and you'll see me kind of hop step back, and I'll say something like corrections or adjusting or something like that. All right. So this one, make sure you have room for your step back, right? Because for this kata, we actually take a step back. You don't take a step back, you drop into a front stance, but your left leg goes back, all right? Don't step, don't just step back. Drop your body weight into this back stance, all right? Drop your body weight. Okay, so Jion, ready? Yoi. Subidachi, ready? Yoi. Jion-yo. And now it's Kata. Jion! Your own speed and pace. Hajime. Correction. If you're done, keep moving. And yame. Good job. All right, so that's the Kata Jion. All right, just checking time. Okay, let's do Jion again. I promise that we do it again. And then we'll do Kanku Sho once, okay? Only because if some of you know it, it's again, Kanku Sho and Basadai are two of my favorite kata. So I like to get them in whenever I'm doing any type of kata work. So let's do Jion again, and then we'll move right into Kanku Sho. If you know it, great, work with me. If you don't know it, watch it, take a look. Maybe it's a kata that you want to know, you want to learn, and maybe I'll do a tutorial on that one. Again, probably take 2 or 3 classes to get through, but it's a great kata to know, especially if you've already learned Kanku Dai. Okay? Right, so Jion, ready? Find your spot, make sure you have room for your first technique. Ready? Yoi. Sudachi. Right? Yoi. Jion yoi. And now it's Kata. Jion. Your own speed and pace. Hajime. Correction. If you're done, keep moving. A few more seconds for those who are still working. And yame. All right, very good. So, we've got through quite a few kata so far. Let's finish up, like I said, with Kanku Sho. If you know it, great, let's go through it together. If you don't know it and you want to watch, feel free to watch. Again, one of my favorite kata, probably because of the jump. Some people don't do the jump. Some people prefer this to be very low. I think traditionally it was very low, and as competition came along, they turned that very low technique into a very high, showy, flary type of technique. But I will do the jump today, but I'll show you after we do the kata the option, right? So there's the jump versus another technique that you do that's very similar, okay? All right, so let's do the kata. Ready? Belt keeps flipping. All right. Yoi, super Dutch, right? Yo. Now it's kata konkusho and hajime. If you're doing the kata, I'll give you a few seconds. And yame. Good. All right, so that's the kata, kankusho. A lot of repetitiveness that you see in that kata, right? A lot of this same grab. So it's someone has thrown a punch, you're deflecting, grabbing, controlling, right? Then comes a kick and a back fist strike, okay? And then a double punch, nizuki. So that back fist, that uken, and then you step back, double punch, and then there's a quick turn, okay? Again, like I said, I think that's done at least 3 times. But what's also done 3 times? Aroto uke at the beginning. 1, 2, 3. Then what do you do? 1, 2, 3. This has a lot of 3s in it. All right. Anyway, that's it. The jump, right? So you come down, uken, block, punch, punch, and then there's this technique. Okay. I come down, point up, like a 45-degree angle, and you jump, landing here. Your knee doesn't touch the ground, just your foot. Come back up into a low shuto, high shuto. All right. Some people don't do that. Okay. For some people, it's not. It's just a spin. Okay. So some will block, block, punch, punch, and then from here, their hand goes straight back. They're going to spin and go straight down to the ground and pop right back up. Okay, I believe. All right, so it's here, down, and very low. So you stay very low. It's as if you're being attacked with a bow, and that's evident in another portion of the kata, where you, after come here and you step out, you come in. Right? It's as if you've caught, like the bow, you blocked it, and now you're grabbing it here and twisting it around, okay? Altering your opponent's stance, all right? Someone's coming at you from behind, so you're jumping a low sweep with the staff, right? You come down and bounce back up, ducking, right, that bow from the other person that you just had a confrontation with. That's my interpretation. I can get into the weeds of the bunkai for this one as well. And maybe, like I said, if it's a tutorial I decide to do, we will end it with a bunkai. But that said, there are 2, maybe 3 variations on that jump, right? So like I said, it's either you go and you do the full jump, right? Come down, pop back up, or you come down here and you pop back up, or it's a spin, a quick drop, and then a quick up, right? I also think there's something in the middle of those 2. So not the extreme of being low in a spin, not the extreme of being a jump, but there's something in the middle. So, you know, a good thing that I can research for you and find the answer to once I decide to do the tutorial and we get to that section, because it is the last section. It would be the very last section of the kata. So, okay, let's come back to center. Yoi. Usubirachi. Right. Yoi. Seiza. All right. With this meditation, I just want you to meditate. I went through some great kata. I don't want you to focus on any of that right now. I just want you to focus on getting your breathing back to normal, right? And finding peace after we've done a lot of effort. Wakshon. Mokuso yame, sensen yure. Tate. Yoi. Usubirachi. Right. Yoi. Os. All right, thanks students for joining me for today's class. Again, apologies for the t-shirt instead of the gi top. Hopefully the sunburn will go away quickly. Again, a good class to come back to if you want to practice these advanced kata. Right? If you just want to come back and watch me do some of these advanced kata just to get a refresher, if you decide that you're not ready to go through them and it's just something you want to take a look at, again, a great video to come back to just to kind of refresh your mind or see what's in store, right? Maybe you're a beginner or an intermediate and you're like, what's this advanced kata thing? And you want to take a look. This is what it is, all right? So thanks for joining me. We will see you in the next class. Os.